what's up, everybody? I'm your girl, Jazzie Belle, and you are tuned into Women in Hip Hop Podcast. And on this show, we focus on the many talents and influences from women within the culture. And I'm so excited because I have a special guest co-host with me today. Now, y'all know the title is Women in Hip Hop. And the biggest misleading thing when it comes to this platform is that I only speak to the women, which is not true. So I have a man joining me today. He's one of the best in hip hop journalism. Y'all know him from Double XL. Y'all know him from Genius. Y'all know him from his podcast that he just started. That's called This Is Not a Podcast, Just My Thoughts. And he's also an MC. And again, I'm happy to have him here. Y'all say hello to Rob Markman. Hey, Rob.
Hey, what's up, Jazzy? What's going on? I'm glad to be here. And first of all, I think women. It's cool for women to have their own space, like if that's what you choose to do or what any woman choose to do, because Lord knows men keep their own space. But so I'm happy. I'm honored to be on the platform for sure.
Yeah. No, when I say the misleading thing about it or this misconception is that I don't have male guests on the show. And the reason why I want to make sure that's not the case is because I want to bridge the gap. Like you said, there's a boys club out there, and I don't necessarily want to create a girls club, but I want to bring in the men to join in the conversation so the women could feel a part of the conversation. And sometimes it helps when a man comes on and be like, "Yo, I fucks with Foxy, I fucks with Little Kim, I like like So that's what
Yeah,
it's all about, and that's why I'm
yeah.
happy to have you here. And speaking of all the girls that I just named, you ready to get into some things?
Let's get into some things.
All right, cool. Well, we already know this past weekend, Cardi B just dropped her album, Am I the Drama? And it's been, what has been, like 7, 8 year hiatus that she's been on?
Yeah, seven, because since 2018, I believe, since
Yes,
Invasion of Privacy, so 7 years.
7 years we haven't had an album. We thought that she was going to pull a Lauryn Hill, but she did not. Our girl dropped Am I the Drama this past weekend. And it's funny because everybody had all these think pieces and already giving reviews. I said, I'm going to let it marinate and I'm going to talk to Rob about this. So,
Yeah.
Rob, I want to kick it off with you. I'm going to give my take, but I do want to hear from you. Is it worth the wait? Was it worth the wait?
Well, plot twist to answer the question. Yes, she is the drama. I mean, she came off on that intro talking shit. She putting belt to ass. Kept receipts. The album is dope. It's exciting. It was worth the wait. I was skeptical. I was afraid. It was taking so long. Just generally, we talk about this sophomore slump that artists go through. To
Hmm.
have such a powerful debut, a Grammy Award winning debut, like how do you top that? I understand the pressure, and artist, man or woman, is gonna feel that pressure. And it started feeling like the pressure was getting to Cardi from the outside looking in. She was still delivering us singles throughout the whole year, so it wasn't like she just went ghost on us. But it's like, man, what is that body of work gonna sound like? And I was getting a little skeptical. I was getting a little afraid. And when I heard it's a dope project. It's a solid project, man. She did her thing with this one. Yeah.
Okay. All right. So
Yeah.
give it up to Cardi. Rob said it here first on Women in Hip Hop Podcast. I will say too, everybody keep texting me. What do you think? What do you think? I'm like, yo, let me listen. It's 23 songs first and foremost. So she wasn't stingy with it. She took a break, but she came back and she fed her fan base with 23 songs. So it take a minute to go through all the records. I think it's a solid album as well. I have some of my favorites on there. I guess I could run through some of my faves. I love Every Time. That's my favorite record on the album.
Remind me of a
Um,
Jeezy record. Like it definitely got like a Jeezy bop to it. You don't think so? Am I tripping?
no, I wish I could show you the group chat that I sent all 7 of my brothers and my 2 sisters in the family
Uh,
group chat. I said, y'all let me know who she sound like because I need to know if my ears are broken. Because she
yeah,
sound exactly like Jeezy
yeah. The
on the
beat,
record.
the beat,
If
the
you
beat
was
was
here, I wish I
really
could
good.
high five you, but
Yeah.
man,
Ah, come on, we right there. We right there.
I
So every
knew
time
you.
is your favorite joint.
Yeah, every time my favorite joint. But just to elaborate a little further, I do feel like I want to hit up Jeezy, like I got his number and I don't. To be
Mm.
like, yo, did you have a hand in this record? Because it's so reminiscent of your joints from the beats to your delivery and everything. So
Maybe there's a
yeah,
remix.
every time.
Maybe there's a remix in the work.
I hope so, and I think Lotto should be a part of it because she gave Lotto a huge shout out on the record. I
Yeah,
think that would be
yeah.
great. Magnet is another one.
Oh, oof. Am I the drama? Yes. Play Magnet. You'll figure it out.
Shout out to New York. She's representing the Bronx with Bodego Baddie.
I love that. I don't know. Yo, that record's gonna go platinum uptown. Like I don't know what like anywhere else in the world what it'll do, if it'll resonate, obviously in DR, and PR, like, but in the New York club, like, I like that record. I thought that record was creative, and I don't know if they cleared the sample, so I won't say what the sample is, but it's an old classic merengue joint. I'm
Okay.
assuming they cleared it, but I kind of looked. I didn't see in the credits. I'm just gonna chill, but it definitely got an old school merengue vibe. So I thought that was dope.
Yeah, I think it's gonna be her. It might be to me her biggest record. Like as far as it transitioning over to like other markets, getting that Bad Bunny money, getting that reggaeton
Yeah.
money, like all of that. I just feel like that's her record, and
But
yeah,
but
so that's
remember,
my
she,
top
she was working with Bunny. She worked with Bunny on the first album. So I mean, this set like,
five.
and Bunny is having such a crazy moment. He just had that big concert that they streamed on Amazon this weekend. Bunny is
Mhm.
is just out of here. But she was on that wave with him early with I Like It. That was on the first album. So yeah, Bodega Baddie feels like a follow up kind of to that, and a nod to her Dominican roots, which I could appreciate. That's dope.
And that's why we love Cardi because she's authentic in that sense. So it's an authentic record and it's very indicative to her and her brand. I love Safe. That's my girl record, my girly record with Kalani. I like that one. And I like Man of My Word.
Mm.
Man of My Word. I don't know who's on that record. It doesn't say, is it Cash Company? Is that the one with him? But it's,
No, Cash Cobain is on Better Than You. Yeah, man of Your Word is a uncredited feature. I gotta figure out who's on that. But yeah,
yeah. Right. So I love that when he be like, I love you. She be like, nigga, no, you don't. I said every time she spits that, I'm right there with her. So those are some of my favorite tracks. I Just to answer my own question, I do feel like it was worth the wait. Um, I echo the same sentiments as far as me being scared. I have known to be called a hater because I came out swinging, saying I did not like imaginary players, but I
neither did
love
I.
how
Same thing. They call me a play. They call me a hater.
mm-hmm.
I like.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think this is a. I'm first of all, it's only been out 2 days, so I'm not sitting here classic or not. I'm not sitting here like, oh, this is better than Invasion of Privacy. I thought Invasion of Privacy is a dope album,
Yeah.
and worth everything that Invasion of Privacy got is worth. She earned all of that. I think it's a solid album. Like I think it's a dope album. I have my criticisms and my critiques of certain songs. It's 23 songs, so there's songs that I really fuck with, and then there's songs. Oh my bad, I didn't mean to curse. And then there's songs that I'm like, I could take it or leave it. So it's not without its criticisms for me, but I think it's a dope and I think it's a solid project. And she did what she had to do. You know what I mean?
Yeah, she definitely did what she had to do. So let's talk about the criticism because again, and we're
Yeah.
going to talk about journalism and hip hop journalism and that fine line of just being opinionated and then the fan bases, even the artists clapping back,
Yeah.
feeling like it's us being haters when at the end of the day we're literally doing our job and this is just something we love and we're part of the culture just as much as you are on the mic rapping, we on the mic clapping or not.
Hmm.
Like, you know what I mean?
Hmm.
So, when it comes to the critiques, what I will say, I do feel like that Janet Jackson feature was so damn misleading. It was so disappointing.
Yo, I was wait because I was like, yo, first of all, Janet don't do features, like, and I could be wrong, like, I'm sure I'm missing something, but Busta Rhymes, like, Buster was like classic. That was over 20 years ago. Like, so a Janet feature is rare. So when it said featuring Janet Jackson, I'm like, oh, unless I missed something. I mean, it's the sample. It's the pleasure principle sample. Unless, because even if she resung the vocal, because I'm sitting here right, like the way with me, I like to rule out all possibilities. So let's just say Janet resung those vocals, and then they distorted her voice to make it sound like a sample. Like, nah, you're not gonna do that. If you got Janet singing, you're gonna let Janet sing. It was a sample set featuring Janet Jackson. I think they was a little bit now it shows up on Janet's Spotify page because she's a primary feature, like that. It's kind of gaming the system a little bit. I still like the record because I think the way they flipped the sample is dope.
Me
Like
too.
that's actually one of my favorite records on the album, but that feature was misleading. I thought I was getting something else.
Yeah, it's damn near pissing me off, but it's okay. It was very misleading, very strategic on you guys' part, Cardi and her team. And listen, the way that she promoted it, I'm hoping Janet was okay with it. So if she was okay with being used in that light, then who am I to argue? But as a fan of the music and as a fan of Janet and as a fan of the culture, it was definitely disappointing
Yeah.
that it wasn't a true feature. It was a sample of Pleasure Principle.
Yeah. And Janet had to sign off on that. There was no way
Yeah.
that that would happen without Janet signing off on that. I mean, Janet Jackson was my first concert that I went to. It was my first. Went to the Rhythm Nation tour when I was a kid. So, you know what I'm saying? I'm a big Janet Jackson fan, man.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I was obsessed with Janet. I had a huge poster of her on my wall for sure. She is the epitome of everything that I wanted to be growing up as a kid. The beauty, the everything. Yeah, talent, just super dope. Do you want to shout out some of your favorite songs? I know you said play.
Yeah. I mean, I thought that the intro, the dead intro, was dope. I think just the way she set the tone. I liked Magnet. Am I the Drama? Magnet and Pretty and Petty. I think did what they came to do. Shout to Bia, shout to JT. Like,
Ooh,
hey, y'all got to do something that like I love Bia. I'm such a big Bia fan. I'm not gonna lie to you, and I
okay.
think Bia is so dope. Hey, you gotta get your lick back. Like, like
Back?
yeah, she has to. She has to. I liked what else? I thought Safe was cool. I didn't like Man of Your Word as much. I felt like sometimes with the slow beats, I feel like they be kicking Cardi's ass sometimes,
Ooh,
like the slow flow, and that was one of my main problems with Imaginary Player. But I like Better Than You. I think Better Than You. I like that is a dope sample. It's a dope beat, and Principle is probably some of my favorites off the album.
okay,
Yeah.
good
Oh,
point.
Bodega Batty. Of course, we talked about Bodega Batty. Bodega Batty, I think, is a hot record.
Yeah, yeah. When it comes to Cardi and her lyrical ability, or for some people to say lack thereof, especially when it comes to her writing, how do you feel about her and her artistry when it comes to her not writing? Do you consider her a rapper, a hip hop artist, or do you just consider her to be, I don't know.
In terms of her writing?
Yeah, in terms of her writing, her artistry, do you respect her as a rapper? Do you consider her a rapper because she's been vocal about not really pushing her pen?
I'm a little confused on that. Well, let me start with this. I respect her as an artist. I respect her as a rapper. I respect her place in hip hop.
Yeah.
I am of I like for my favorite MCs to write their own shit,
Okay.
top to bottom,
Okay.
male or female, but that's just not the world that we live in. Cardi came back and said, when Joe Budden was like, "Oh, whoever wrote that Magnet, like they was in their bag," and Cardi clapped back and said, "I wrote it," and shared a voice note, and so I believe that Cardi writes. She was open when she didn't, so I believe that she writes. But then I look at the credits and I see Party's government name, Jordan Thorpe, on about 18 out of 23 of these tracks. So he's in the studio with her. The
Right.
way that he described it years ago, he went on Big Boy's Neighborhood. The way he described it years ago, he says that she writes and then he helps her kind of refine the idea or smooth it out.
Yeah.
I'm not sure what it is. I'm not in the studio with him, so with them. So I think I believe that she writes. I'll take you at your word. I believe that she writes and then has help.
Yeah.
Um, and if she's honest about that, I respect it. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Uh, some of my favorite MCs, some of the best music. I mean, when you talk about Kanye has given us classics, we respect at the very least the old Kanye. Dr. Dre, classics. Snoop, classics. Snoop has said that he's had a couple pieces written for him. Down to the Drakes of the world, and so what happens? So I can still respect it and enjoy your music, but when it comes to maybe my top MC list, I like pure writers. I pen my verse from bar 1 to bar 16.
Okay. See, I appreciate you saying that because, and then thanks for naming some of the men because I feel like they're not under the same type of scrutiny as the female rappers. Like you said, some of the men have said, like, I've had other writers in the room with me, but for some reason, when it comes to female rappers, it's deemed unacceptable almost.
Yeah, I think, and we had amazing female writers. When you think about a Missy Elliott, you know what I'm saying? Writes for herself and writes for everybody else. Will write you the rap and the hook and sing the hook and tell you how to reference it and do the thing. Like Missy is a force. I once interviewed Little Kim. I think it all stems from us not knowing, right? And when you're not in the studio, it's like, well, how much did you write? How much help did you get? One of my favorite reference tracks, because Also, reference tracks are rare. We don't hear reference tracks all the time, right? But there's one a Notorious B.I.G. reference track that has been floating around of Little Kim Queen Bitch. First of all, the Lil Kim version is crazy. Big is one of my favorite, one of the greatest ever. So just to hear Big kind of rapping about playing with his coochie and
The
and
powder
I'm gonna
pet,
stay that
my bitches.
bitch, yeah, fire. So I once asked Kim about that, and Kim was open and said, yeah, he wrote that. But Kim, you see, hardcore is on my wall. Um, Kim is like, but there was parts of my album that I wrote. There's songs that I wrote. Like everything wasn't written for me. Like I have a pen too, and rest in peace. She was like, man, you could ask Clark Kent, be in the studio.
No.
Like she's like, play his anthem. I wrote that.
Mm-hmm.
Like Benjamin's, I wrote my verse on Benjamin. So it's just that I think people are a little uncomfortable with the not knowing, but you know, men do it too, and it's been going on since the beginning of hip hop.
Now, one of the reference tracks, great transition to my next question. The one reference track I remember ever truly hearing for the first time was Quentin Miller,
Right,
and that was for Drake.
right.
And I mentioned this earlier when it comes to like journalism and us doing our job without the backlash of dealing with artists. Recently, you had a little bumping of the heads with Drake
Yeah.
for whatever reason. And that's really what I want you to explain because I don't know what that was about, but apparently y'all must got some history. But you had an interview with Tory Lanez where there's a segment on the
Yeah.
show, Genius. What's it called? For the Record?
Yeah. That is an old genius show we had called For the Record. Yep.
Yeah, and he was spitting some bars and he threw it to you as a Lil Wayne record, and apparently you at that time didn't remember. Drake went up under the post and said, and I quote, "Of course this goof Markman couldn't finish the bar. Free Tory." What's the science behind you and Drake and this issue? And why the hell would he call you a goof?
I don't know. You'd have to ask him. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. I'm not with the when we get up here and we talk about things, um, and give critiques or whatever.
Yeah.
It's for the love of the game and the love of the music. I never try to make it personal. I
Right.
can understand because I'm an artist too, so I know what Erica Badu said. One of the greatest quote. I'm an artist and I'm sensitive about my shit. So I get it. And that's just me assuming. So I don't know what his issue is or why he would say that or what he was feeling in the moment. But I didn't take it too seriously. It's just the effect, and I addressed it on my. If you want to see, you go to my YouTube at Raul Markman. I got a video up. It's actually pinned to my channel where I kind of explain it. But um, I'm from the block. Like I'm from
Hey,
the
Brooklyn.
listen, but no, and not on some tough guy shit. From on some, yo, if you got jokes, I got jokes too. Like you want, you wanna. So I just took it as a joke. He was taking the dig, whatever. Yeah, a little insult. Hey man, I got jokes right back, man. Like if you want to play, we could play, man. Like, but it is to me, it's not more serious than that. Like, you know what I'm saying? It ain't go further than that.
But do you guys know each other personally? Have y'all spoken prior to him calling you that?
I mean, we've done interviews. Like we're not friends or anything like that. We had done interviews years ago, years ago.
Yeah.
I can't. Maybe the last time I interviewed him was Nothing Was the Same era, so that's 2013. So that's 12 years, maybe. That's a
Right.
long time.
Yeah.
So yeah, I won't say that we have any type of relationship or we know each other or had many interactions. But obviously he's one of the biggest artists
Yeah.
in the world, any genre, right now,
Mhm.
currently, and has been for the past 10 years at least.
Right.
And I'm a voice that that people know and listen and pay attention to. So we know of each other. So um, yeah, I can tell you though there hasn't been much of an interaction besides maybe what you just see online.
Right. Do you
Yeah.
think, and as of course, I mean, like you said, we only can assume because you said there wasn't any conflict between you guys in the past. Because you are one of the biggest voices in hip hop journalism, um, and that's why this conversation is important, especially for me, because I get some of the backlash too. Especially you got the Barbs out here, you got Beehive, you got so many of these huge fan bases that if you seriously just have an opinion, turns into you being harassed online, you being called a name online, and I just think it's so unfair. And I wonder, is that have an effect on you to make you kind of want to tailor how you do your job moving forward, or does it have an effect on you and your job,
Nah,
professional?
nah, because and I got it. There's definitely digs from his fan base, and
Right.
you know, the thing is that just comes par with the course now in this digital age of, you know,
Hmm.
I'm from the print era is where I got my start.
Hmm.
You know, I've had certain rappers, you know, approach you because they ain't like a review that you wrote.
Really?
Yeah, and
Somebody up to you?
a couple people, a couple times, but
Not
not
like
even.
Charlamagne though. Ain't nobody get to swinging, right?
Nah, it didn't get that far because that's not my energy. That's not, you know what I'm saying.
Right.
Like at the end of the day, it's like I know how to handle myself, and also I don't give off that energy. Like it never comes from mean spirited. But you know, I say that to say is that, you know, you write a bad review about somebody, and you got to stand by your words. You know what I'm saying? And it's the same thing digitally. It's just we're exposed to a lot more people. Like you know, I speak to more people digitally than I do in real life a day, so it's just amplified and it's more. But it doesn't change the way that I approach my work. Man, I got to be me at the end of the day. Like,
Yeah.
and I get it. Like, people who are like hyper fans are part of the fan army, and your whole world and your fandom revolves around that one artist. And if that artist has enemies or ops, then they're also your ops, and you take on their beef. I get it. That's just not the way I was, man. I'm Jay Z is my favorite rapper.
Okay.
I love Nas too. And when they went back and forth, I bought Blueprint and I bought Stillmatic.
Exactly.
I love Kim and I love Foxy. When they had their thing, yes, I was listening to every single word, hanging on to every single word. But when
Hmm.
they albums came out, now I'm copping both of them. So I'm
Yeah.
just a different type of fan from a different type of era. It's not going to change what I do because I don't feel like I'm doing anything wrong. Like even if I'm critiquing, I try to be respectful, and I've always tried to be respectful. So if I, you know, if I could stand by what I'm doing, if I could go to sleep at night knowing that I'm doing kind of the right thing and I'm not doing nobody dirty, it's cool. I'll take whatever come with it.
Yeah.
So if it's
That's
a
how
little
I've always.
online harassment, it's cool. Get my engagement up. Come on, let's go.
Let's go. That's what I will say when it comes to you. I got hip to you when I saw that interview with Little Kim with Genius,
Yeah,
and I was so impressed with just like your knowledge and your love for the culture, yes, but also her, because again, it's a rarity to see men in hip hop journalism kind of give women the type of attention and love and respect. I feel like when women go on these male dominated platforms, I can tell that the guys didn't do their research. They're not a fan. They didn't listen to the music. So with you, I was like, wait a minute, hold on. He's asking questions that I would ask or as a fan would want to know. So I give you kudos for that.
thank you.
So to your point, I feel like you when you do your job, you're not doing it in a mean spirited way. You're doing it in an honest way.
Yeah,
So in the current state of hip hop journalism, when it comes to streaming versus the conventional way of journalism, you got the academics of the world, you got you got Vlad TVs of the world, and everybody kind of like doing their thing. And you've been at it for a very long time, like you were OG in this. So how do
hmm.
you feel in the current state of hip hop journalism and what it is that you do versus some of the others that I just named?
I feel excited and reinvigorated. Like for one, just going back to that Lil Kim interview, I've been preparing for that since 1995, since I heard play his anthem. You know
Right.
what I'm saying? Like the whole time I'm sitting here, like, cause I'm from Brooklyn, so it's like,
Yeah.
dog, that's Kim.
Right.
That's Kim. Like she defines so much of just my taste, and through Junior Mafia, through Big, and through her just being Kim on her own. So I
Yeah.
was fully prepared for that. Like I was kicking myself the whole time. Like, yo, I can't believe I'm here. And then the way we just talking like if the camera's not even there. I just asked everything that I wanted to know when it comes to hip hop. So that interview was really important for me, and that was an exciting one. When it comes to my place now, look, I started in print, like I said, and then I moved to digital, and now we're in this streaming era. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And you got to adapt. I've been in this is my 21st year of being a journalist. Um, and
Congratulations. Come on,
thank you.
longevity.
Thank you. But I feel like it's year one. I like what I did yesterday don't matter. Like, first of all, check this out. All the work I done did for MTV, MTV erased their website, MTV News. All them interviews I did don't even exist anymore.
You
So
don't
I
have a
mean,
copy?
some of them, some of the stuff I do,
Okay,
but
good.
it's like what I'm saying is yeah, I could tell you what I did, but it just matters where I'm going because I'm not ready to retire. So, the one thing you mentioned, Vlad, and academics, the one thing I'll say about those guys, my approach is way different.
Mhm.
My approach is way different than their approach is their approach. The thing that I respect about their business and how they do it is that they built it. I had a job at Double XL. I had a job at MTV. I took a job at Genius. So my thing was always bankrolled, right? Act didn't have MTV or Double XL or Genius. He built it on his own. Lad at a certain point decided to build it on his own. Um, I do think we need alternatives
Yeah,
to that. You know what I'm
right.
saying? Like I
Like
just
hip
want
hop.
right, exactly. You just need a balance. So what do they say? Be the change that you want to see. Like and you see a lot of people complaining about act. For me, it's never personal because if it wasn't academic, if it wasn't him, like that specific guy, Livingston, I think is his real name. If it wasn't him, right?
Okay.
Somebody else will fill that void. Part of it is him, but part of it is the there's an audience for it. You know what I'm saying? So the ones that sit or the people who are watching this, the people who sit online and kind of complain about that all day, I feel you, but then you got to support something different and you got to uplift the thing that you want to see in the world. So I for me that's my thing. I got to build the thing that I want. Like it's not to me, it's not about him or it's not about even downing him because if it wasn't him, it would be somebody else. You know what
Good
I'm saying?
point. Yeah.
People love like a train wreck. People love a mess. People love the tea. People love the shit talking. People love it's kind of like why we watch wrestling. We're entertained by conflict. We're entertained by and he provides a lot of that. He's not afraid to get into a lot of that. My approach is a little bit different. So if you want something different, I'm over here too.
So you feel like it's room for everybody to breathe and do their thing.
I mean, yeah, it has to be. I mean, it's the internet. We got so many choices. You know what I'm saying? But for me, I'm hip hop. My shit is just man. I love this shit. It's certain things that I won't do,
Right.
like even the Drake thing. Let's go back to the Drake thing.
Okay.
So many people hit me. Like I handled it the way that I was like, man, I just gotta be myself. I can't put on the show for these people.
Right.
Like I definitely he left his comment. I definitely clapped back because again, you got jokes. I got jokes, right? But beyond that, I wasn't gonna like drag it. I like you know what I'm saying? And there were a lot of people hitting me up like, yo, drag, like, yo, turn that shit up. Like turn and I'm just like, fam, that's not me. Like it just isn't.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
I,
Yeah.
and I feel like other personalities would have turned that shit up. Like again, and I'm not talking out of crazy. I mean, I could tell you this himself. If you come at that, he gonna drag you to hell. Like ask him and Meek Mill. Like that shit is going on a bunch of years. Ask him and Freddie Gibbs. That shit is going on a bunch of years.
True.
That's his approach to it, and that shit is cool. It works for him. It's obviously entertaining. My approach is just different.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So it's room for everybody, but we do appreciate what you bring, though. We
Thank you.
we we need that. I'm not necessarily a fan of him in particular myself, but we'll just leave it at that.
Yeah.
Moving on.
And let me be clear, right? Because I don't know. Maybe there's some diplomacy in the way that I talk. Like I don't watch his string. Like it's not. I'm not tuned. I'm not his audience either.
Right.
So
Okay.
it's not a fan. But I'm focused on. But he does exist. We're not gonna act like he don't exist.
You know
He
what it
was.
is, Rob? Especially because you got people like another OG, Elliot Wilson, who's very
Mhm.
vocal about hip hop journalism
Mhm.
and how he doesn't like the likes of Casanat, which he'll later apologize about some of the things he says. But I think to his core, what he's saying is truly how he feels. And I think for me too, I look at other platforms. I think my biggest gripe is that I want to see more female journalism, or more women in these hip hop spaces have a voice, like picking the right women in these hip hop spaces to actually vocalize or is a fan of the culture. I want to see more of that, but I'm not at the top of the hill saying, why is this person here? And this and that, or,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? I could have a bit of a frustration because I feel like no one's taking it seriously, you know, on the women's side, or some of the men are giving the women the right type of opportunities to be taken seriously. So I guess for you, like a Elliot Wilson, both of you being in the game for so long, just wondering, do you share some of his sentiments?
Some of them, some of them,
Okay.
yeah. But
Yeah.
I'm just my whole thing. And me and Elliot have had our differences.
Okay.
And Elliot was somebody that I came into the game. He was already established, so he's somebody that I looked
Mhm.
up to. He's
Yeah.
somebody that I pay respect because I pay respect to those that came before me and paved the way. And then there was times when I grow into my own, and he and I have had differences. Our relationship has been rocky through the years, and there's been things that we disagreed about privately, publicly, had it out, said this and
Yeah.
that and the third, and I still have a respect. Our approach is just different. I'm not gonna complain. To me, my motto is and shout out to my man Trav. He gave me this. I heard him say this, but don't complain, adjust.
Ooh, okay.
The game is the guess what? If you want it, and I'm speaking from Elliot's perspective, if you want the Drake interview, he is interviewing with Bobby Altoff, and there is nothing you could do to stop. Like, there's no amount of like, I get it. I do believe in the sentiment that he's saying that if you are of hip hop culture, like, I think it is important to speak to journalists and with journalists who know and who are of the culture, because and a lot of artists feel like they don't have to speak to journalists because, but it's like that's gonna help you contextualize and get your story across. Like there's a way that me as an interviewer can help facilitate a conversation that is gonna get this story across, that is gonna shed more light on this project, that is gonna kind of, you know, bring everybody into the mindset of, man, what were you thinking when you did this? What were you thinking when
Right.
you created this? The good, the bad, and the ugly. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? Whether you're Drake or Kendrick Lamar or J. Cole, everybody want to know what the hell was y'all thinking. You know what I'm saying? So I think a person like myself can help contextualize it. I think a person like B Dot can help contextualize it. I think a person like you can help contextualize it. Elliot Wilson, but that's just not what the game is at now. The game is with streamers right now. And the fact of the matter is, artists have always gone to whoever could attract the biggest audience.
Yeah.
It wasn't. I think the love for journalism was niche. There's
Ooh.
absolutely people who love good journalism, right?
Mhm.
But a lot of those artists didn't go to Double XL because, oh man, we just love good journalism. It was because Double XL had the biggest
On the
audience.
platform. Yeah.
If I could sit with Double XL, that means my message, and get on the cover or whatever, I can pump my message out to X
Mhm.
amount of people. And now it's the streamers, now it's rappers with podcasts and stuff like that. So the game just changed. So it's like, how do you adjust? You know what I'm saying?
Well, I'm glad you mentioned the MTV archives being deleted. What can we do to preserve hip hop's like history and data for the future?
Ownership,
Okay.
ownership, ownership, and it goes back to the thing that I said about Vlad. I don't want to make it feel like I'm shooting them too much bail, but the Vlad and the academics, I mean, they run their shit. Shout out to Charlemagne, the Black Effect Network. You know what I'm saying? Like, shout
So
out
Golden
to
Network. Hmm.
Nori and Drink Champs. Like, but it's ownership, so they can't take it away. I was running around. MTV, yo, did you see my Jay-Z interview? Did you see my Kendrick interview? Did you see my? Guess what? They weren't my interviews. They were MTV's interviews. At the end of the day, yeah, nah, it sucks, but I think ownership is the way we got, because nobody's gonna care about it like we care about it. Like, the thing that breaks my heart about MTV and the archives coming down is not just the work that I put in, and it's a reflection of my work.
Yeah.
And I'm just a MTV has such a storied legacy. I'm a small part of that.
Yeah.
But I have interviews with Mac Miller.
Yeah. Rest in
Rest
peace.
in peace.
Yeah.
Mac is no longer here to tell his stories. The only things that we have are the stories that was left behind. I have so many interviews with Nipsey Hussle on MTV. Nipsey Hussle is no longer here to tell his story. Where do those stories go? That's that's like saying, like, we just gonna erase Big and Tupac interviews. Like you have an archive of Bob Marley interviews and you just gonna burn it. Like this is our culture. These is our stories. This is important. And sometimes some stories don't seem important at the time, and then in time it was like, oh, that was really special, or that foreshadows something, or that person is no longer here to tell their stories. That's what I think about the most, are these stories of rappers who are no longer here. I remember one time we used to have Mixtape Daily, and
Yes.
Meek Mill had an artist called Lil Snoop. Rest in
Okay.
peace to Lil Snoop. Lil Snoop was this young kid, man. I watched him and Meek freestyle. They went back and forth. It was amazing, man.
Yeah.
You were at All Star in Houston. It was with Sway. Meek and Snoop was just going back and forth. Bun B was there. Like, it was just a dope hip hop moment. And I said, man, I had the MTV camera. I had the mic with me. I said, man, we're going to interview Lil Snoop. We're going to do a Mixtape Daily right here. I did it.
Wow.
Went back to New York. And he has such a dope story, that this young man. He passed Meek a demo. I think he was in high school. Meek was driving past, window was rolled down. He threw his CD in Meek's thing. Meek
Wow.
listened to it on the way to the airport, heard it, called dude and said, yo, I want to sign you before his flight took off, right? It was just such a great story, right?
Right.
And I remember I got back and one of the heads at MTV, I said, hey, I want to run this Lil Snoop story. He's like, why? He's just another rapper. There's nothing special about him. I fought for them to cut that footage and run that story.
Right.
Ran that story, put it out. Unfortunately, maybe 6 months later, Lil Snoop was murdered,
Wow.
like tragically,
Wow.
and it wasn't. He was playing a game of John Madden football, and they bet or something, and somebody killed him over a fucking football game, and I believe that's what happened. Lil Snoop was murdered,
Yeah.
and then but we had one of the only stories. He did interviews, but it wasn't a ton. But we had an interview, and that same white exec came up to me. He was like, man, thank God we did that Lil Snoop interview. And it kind of broke my heart a little bit though too, because I was like, I did it because he was dope. I didn't do it because I thought he was gonna die but that's why it's important for us to be in charge of our own stories. You know what I'm saying? And it's not only, of course, Nipsey is Nipsey, Mac Miller is Mac Miller, but Lil Snoop is important too. So rest in peace to Lil Snoop, man.
Yeah. Thanks for sharing that story. And there's nowhere can we find that interview today?
I don't know. It might be on the way back. I gotta look because there's a
Okay.
way back archive that kind of saves some of it. I actually gotta look to see if it's still there. But as far as I know, now it's gone.
So how we can preserve our stories is by
Yeah.
ownership. Great
Yeah.
point. Now you were on the Drink Champs. I love that
Yeah.
interview as well. Now on the Drink Champs podcast, you said something like the culture is losing. Can you elaborate on why you feel like the culture is losing? Is it
I,
were
I,
you speaking to like the current state of hip hop or just the culture in itself?
I forgot the context because it was Drink Champs and it
And
was a
you
couple
wasn't, and
hours
then you
into the
towards the
episode.
end.
I was definitely lit. Um, um, I was definitely lit.
That's all right. Let me help you out. Let me help you out. What do you remember? Look at you.
Nah, it's true. I'm just being honest. It's twofold. Look, how I honestly feel, man. The culture, our culture, and when I talk about the culture, because it's different things that people talk about. I'm talking about hip hop culture in
Right.
general, which of course is under the large umbrella of black culture. But you know what I'm saying? Like hip hop is our specific language, our specific way of dress, just how we greet each other, the respect, the honor code that we have for each other, the
Absolutely.
creativity that we have.
Absolutely.
It will never die. It will never die. I do feel like though we're taking our lumps. I mean you see it now. We're being belittled, um, and boiled down to the least common denominator. The way these labels sign artists, pump them and dump them. There's
Mm.
no artist development. There's no investment in who we are and how do we get to the next level. They're just looking for the next hot thing, and as long as it got some numbers attached to it, let's go. Who cares what the message is? And I'm not saying everything needs to be holier than now because hip hop was never that. It's expression, but
Right.
and we express the good, the bad, and the ugly. But
Right.
there's an imbalance going on. You know, and now we look at it, we talk about how hip hop's not on the charts like it used to be, and
Yeah.
and this, that, and the third, and you know, I just don't think the investment is there. The artist development, I don't think we're looking at the right artists. I think we're rewarding the wrong shit, and honestly, I think it just boils down to the motherfuckers who control the purse strings don't really care about this shit and don't see it as a culture and may not even see us as human beings and see us more as an investment. Don't see us as a people. Don't see us as a culture. Don't see us as artists. You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, Chaperone is an artist. You know what I'm saying? And she's allowed to develop. And of course, we got our Kendricks, we got our Coles. Samara Sin is a new young artist that I'm super excited about. Win is a new artist I'm excited about. Lady London. So they're out there, but I think we just need to invest more in culture and artists in our music and in this shit being a real thing and stop treating it like it's so fucking disposable.
Yeah, I agree. Especially with the labels, like you said, it's more like I feel like the artists is more workhorses than them actually seeing them as human beings, and people feel like they sign them, like you said, pump 'em and dump them. But also, it's like sometimes they worth more when they're not here when they're here.
Yeah.
So I don't see the nurturing with the labels anymore. Maybe I don't know artists like who was the artist that talked about just being independent, like truly being independent. I can't think of his name right now. White guy. Is he white?
Russ
Russ.
with the
Yeah.
long hair.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Russ.
yeah. Shout out to Russ.
Yeah. Shout out to Russ. I feel so bad. I'm like white
Yeah,
guy.
yeah. He's definitely white. Shout out to Russ.
Is he
He'll
okay?
tell you. He'll tell you. He's definitely white.
Okay, cool. But I love his energy. I love when he was coming out telling people, you don't need the labels, you don't need this, like do it, And it's been some arguments and back and forth with people like, no, but you need the labels, and people like, no, you really don't. So I don't know, but you're right. Like the current state of hip hop right now, it does seem like it's dwindling. Remember, at one point, hip hop was the biggest genre in the world.
Yeah.
I don't know if we're still holding that title today. When you look at shows like Coachella in 2026, you see their lineup. It used to be filled with hip hop acts. Now I believe it's only six
Yeah,
that's going to be out
that's
next
cool.
year.
That's cool. Because when the fuck did we start giving a fuck what Coachella thought?
Okay.
Like if
Bring
I'm
it
being
back.
honest, but it go back to that ownership. Listen, and it wasn't no Coachella, man, but my Coachella was the Lyricist Lounge coming up.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Our Coachella was the Tunnel coming up.
Yes.
Like you get what I'm saying? Like it's
Yes.
certain institutions that be like our shit, like that means something to us.
But we
You
don't
know,
have the tunnels anymore. We don't have the clubs.
nah.
We don't have the street teams anymore. No one's on the block creating a space. To your point, which I think is great. Where's the space that was created for artists to feel like fuck the Grammys, or like even BET Awards is no more. At one point that was
Yeah,
for us by us at one point, but like yeah, to your point, where is the
yeah.
tunnels of the world? Where
You,
where
you
are
got
they?
you got to be the change that you want to see.
Okay.
We threw a party last month, and we're gonna do it again, and we're gonna continue to
Uh-huh.
do it. Shout out to Ninth Wonder, um,
Okay.
hit me up, and Nyla Simone, who was really the battery behind it. Shout out to
Oh,
DJ Nyla Simone, and
nice.
Static Selector. We threw a party last month called the Eco, short for the ecosystem,
I ain't
and
getting no invite.
yeah, I got you for the next one, but it's a small thing in New York City. No bottle service, no sexy shit. It was just like, yo, Nyla's gonna DJ, Knife is gonna DJ, Status gonna DJ. Hey, and there was some MCs in the building. So Ruben Vincent was there, so he stepped up to the mic. He did a joint. Ben Riley did a joint. Life of Time
Uh-huh.
did a joint. Lord Skull
Yeah.
did a joint, and we was just hanging out just for the love of hip hop. And we're gonna keep building on that. And I'm not saying we're competing with Coachella or that we even the Tunnel or the Lyricist Lounge yet, but it's a
Right.
step in the right direction of again just creating spaces for us where we dictate what's going on instead of having our culture dictated to us. You know,
Okay. Well, make sure I get the invite
I got you. I
for
got you.
the next one.
I got you next time for sure.
Okay, let's bring it back to Women in Hip Hop real quick because this is the podcast. Current state of female rap. Who is your big three? Give it to me.
Mmm.
No hesitation. You got it. It's right there at the top of your head. Who's your big three?
Big three.
Yes, sir.
Jesus.
Oh, you getting
I, I,
nervous.
Yeah, it's getting. Ah, man. I mean, when you say big three, I got to take numbers into account. Like, is this my favorite, or is this like who's running it right
Play,
now?
Rob. Give me your big three.
Who's running it?
If I ask you this when it came to the men, who are your big three? Give it to me real quick.
Yeah, yeah. I don't know.
See?
Kendrick,
Mm-hmm.
Kendrick,
Oh, no hesitation. Not Kendrick took the two
and
spots.
Kendrick. Nah, I don't know. Look, I think Cardi. I think you gotta put Cardi up there. I think Nicki is still up there when you talk about big three.
Okay.
Um, even though Nicki's been quiet, I feel like Nicki due for one. If it's not by the end of the year next year, you know what I'm saying, like
We
early.
kind of do, right? Uh-huh.
Um,
We would like for her to come out, but it's so funny how we
yeah,
say she's due and Cardi took
yeah,
7 years, but she
yeah.
know
That's
we
true.
we,
That's
we
true.
just we like Nicki, so we want to hear more from her because we know, she got it in her. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? But it
That
would be
that that
nice.
that third one, she don't got the numbers that the other ones have, but she's a force. I gotta give it a rap. I gotta go Rap City. You
I
know
was
what I'm
hoping
saying?
you were gonna say Rap City.
Yeah, I gotta go Rap City. She
I
don't have
saw
the
you
numbers
do a
yet.
whole review for her album. We appreciated that over here, Woman in Hip Hop.
Nah. Rap is one of those ones, man. Like we need a rap. Like, and again, because can't everything be based on number? Like popularity is popularity, and we
Mhm.
award success. But I mean, there's hip hop. Like, who's dope? Who's pushing a pen? And I think the conversation with women in hip hop becomes so limited. Um, you know, I love what Cardi is doing. Nicki is the queen to me. Like, I think Nicki is
Mhm.
the best of all time right now.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah, I think if all things considered, I gotta give it to Nicki. But
Best of all time.
yeah, pound for pound, best of all time. Yeah, I feel comfortable saying that. Um, but a rap city is so important. You know what I'm saying? Like, cause when it comes to how that pen move, like, I mean, we can talk about selling records, but who was spitting like that? And but I say all that not even to pit them against each other, right? The real point that I'm trying to make is there's not one archetype of what a woman MC is, looks like, and sounds like. And I think
Right.
that's what's being pushed for us. It's the woman, it's the BBL, it's selling sex, and it's selling, and it ain't you know what I'm saying? Like, again, rap isn't doing that. But then on her last album, like, she's talking about the affairs that she's had. She's talking about her body. So she's giving us that, but it's from a different perspective.
Hmm.
But it's not on display. But again, I love I think Lady London, man. Like, I see, so Lady London is one of my favorite MCs.
Yeah.
Right now, my favorite new MC. I think there's so much potential for her to be dope just from her writing and her perspective. Um,
Mhm.
Win is an artist that I'm a big fan of from Portland, and that
Okay.
I work with. Like, I'm not even gonna lie. And I just think Win is phenomenal. You know what I'm saying? Shit, I was part of the team that originally signed Ice Spice and did the Munch single. Like, so I think Lotto is dope. I think Princess Nokia is dope when she gets in her rap bag. Like, I just think there's so many different types of women, and we kind of get stuck that women in rap is just like one thing, or it's just one category. And I think women could do so much more in this, and we just need to get more light to that.
I appreciate that because that was part of the question that you already answered. Who should we be listening to in female rap that you wanted to shine light
Yeah.
on? So you
De-
already said a few.
Definitely my girl Win.
Okay.
She actually just dropped. I don't know when this is, but she just dropped a freestyle.
Okay.
Um, she dropped two. She did one over Yeah Glow, and she did one over Johnny P's Caddy, Alchemist beat with Benny the Butcher and J Cole.
Hmm.
I think Win is super dope. And Lady London about to drop her debut album. Man, I just love her bar work, man. Like, I think she's dope. I think Glorilla is dope. I can't believe I haven't mentioned Glorilla,
Right.
up until this point. But I think Glow is dope, and I love Glow too, because I love how Glow, like, how just funny she is and self aware.
Yeah.
Like, again, when we talk about the female, the archetype, the body, like the BBL, like it's the kit, like to be a female rapper. Glow getting there right with all the other women rappers, but be like, oh, don't, oh, look at how fat my ass is, and you know, her frame is a lot smaller, but she not afraid to show it off and be sexy, and you know, whatever, man. So that's dope with her, and even like a Coil Ray, like it's just a bunch of different type of women that it just don't got to be one thing. We don't got to be so cookie cutter and follow from the same blueprint. So you know what I'm saying? I respect that.
Speaking of Lotto, did you? And I'm saying Ice Spice. Did you like the Gat record with Lotto and Ice Spice?
I love the idea of it. I love that they came together. I thought the video was really fun. I'm glad they squashed that shit because that wasn't about nothing. But I love also that they battled and they wasn't afraid to mix it up. But it didn't have to be so shit. It didn't have the result to when I see you, I'm gonna run down on you. So I think that was some dope shit that they showed. I wish the record was I think a better record would have resulted in a bigger moment. So musically, I wish that record was better than
Musically,
what
you
it was.
wish it was better.
Yeah, I like what it stood for, but I was hoping for more.
Yeah, I personally liked it.
Yeah.
I
Okay.
thought Ice Spice delivery was very different from what we're used to when it comes to her.
Yeah.
So I enjoyed her delivery. I think Lotto always come through for the most part. I think Lotto is just one of the ones like a Megan Thee Stallion that they know how to rap, they know how to spit. Their delivery is amazing. So I was happy to see it. I mean, it's no Kim and Foxy. That's gonna always be my dream collaboration as far as like
Keep
female rap
dreaming.
groups. Oh, I did throw in the towel. So I think a part of me, like the young Jazz, was looking at Lotto and Ice Spice come together. Like, I guess this is that generation. This is their generation. Like,
Right.
you
It
know.
might it might be. It might be because I'm a little older. But hey, man, Kim and Foxy, we still got the Total remix, the No One Else remix. That's one they did together. I don't think they was in the studio together, but I love that record.
We
Um,
ain't get that Thelma and Louise album though.
yeah, we ain't get the down. We got the Source cover. We got the Total. No One Else. Um, but now I was happy that they did that, and you're right. Ice's delivery was way different, and
Hmm.
I'm ready to start hearing Ice with some different flows and some different. But you know, look, Ice come from it, man. I like she got OGs who was rappers for real. Um, so you know, I think she got kind of the right guidance and the moves to make for her next stage of her career, and I hope she follows through. You know, Lotto's been doing this since she was a kid. I first interviewed Lotto when she was 16 years old.
Wow, baby
Yeah,
Lotto when she was
she
mulatto.
yeah, when she was mulatto. You know, she was on that show. I think it was Rap Life, maybe
Rap game.
Rap Game, and I guess she won. And I wasn't watching the show, but Jermaine Dupri called me and said, "Yo, man, yo, this girl is amazing, man. I need you to do something with her." I listen. I'm like, "Oh man, this girl is fucking dope," and we
Yeah.
and we figured it out. So I interviewed Lotto when she was 16 for an article for Genius, and then as her career started to rise, we had her keep coming back. So I love the development a lot, and I love how serious she take it. And again too, the and she looked the part. Lotto is beautiful. You know, I'm a lot older, so I we're not getting
It's
creepy
okay.
like that. But
It's
but
okay.
but she but she fits the part, man. Like she plays up the sexy angle, right?
Yeah.
And I could appreciate that because this is entertainment and sex sells, and if that's how she feels, that's how she feels. But she don't just lean all the way on that. Like she makes sure the ball work is on point too. It's like you could be, but you don't got to sacrifice the ball work. You don't got to sacrifice the art and the expression. And I love that about Lotto. Yeah.
Yeah. Listen, a little bit of that pretty privilege ain't nothing wrong with, especially when you back it up with some bars and some talent. Speaking of that, Sweetie did speak out about pretty punishment, and a lot of people dragged her for it. I spoke about this on the last episode when I was with Kimmy Cakes, and I just think we are in a time where, like you said, we got the rap cities of the world, we got the Lottos, we got Nicki, we got hell, even Cardi is coming out with dope music. Dope is dope. That's gonna shine through regardless
Yeah.
whether you're pretty or not.
Mhm.
But I just think it was a bit of an excuse to say that Pretty Punishment. I just think the music is just not resonating with your fans or resonating with the people the way that you want it to be. It has nothing to do with your looks, because the same thing that you say is a disadvantage is also advantageous for you, and the reason why, a lot of the reason why you're even here today. So I didn't like her saying Pretty Punishment. I guess I get her point, but I don't think she can really speak to that, because it's not about your looks at this point, sweetie. It's really about the music, and if it's whack, it's just whack.
Yeah. Are you doing enough? Are you putting
Yeah.
enough of the work in and yeah, you know
Competition is
because
steep.
yeah, and at the end of the day, there's so many women who push their pen and their artistry, and who will never get the look, not because they're not pretty, but again too because I think it's a certain archetype that like it's a certain type, it's a certain mold that would like it feel like everybody going to the same doctor, the same makeup artist, the same stylist, like like for real, right? So and if you don't fit that, and there's a lot of women that I see coming up that don't kind of fit that mold, are dope and deserve a shot. Samara Sin, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Um, I think Samara Sin is pretty and but doesn't look like Sweetie or doesn't look like Cardi or doesn't look like Nicki. Still wear fronts in her mouth, you know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? And baggy clothes and she can fucking spit. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Or lyric from a room full of mirrors. Like again, she's just like super artistic. I'm gonna express myself. This song might not have the verse hook verse hook verse hook. Like it just might be one long verse. It might be this. It might be that. I might play the guitar, and she's dope, and she deserves a shot. So, there's a lot of women dying to be in Sweetie's place to have that light that they have, and it's like, man, when you got it, you got to work. You know what I mean?
Say less. Okay. I had to talk to you about AI. And
Mm.
you saw recently that an artist was signed recently. I don't even know if do we call it an artist? What's the artist name? It's just a fake artist. Like it's AI that's
Yeah.
signed to a label. Right now, we see that with R&B. Do you predict that that's going to happen in hip hop? And if so, how do you feel about it?
It's already happened with him. A couple of years ago, we had FN Mecca, that kind of avatar kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
It's absolutely going to happen in hip hop. They're going to use this. They're going to, you know, there were people who were making fake Travis Scott songs. There was a fake Drake and Weeknd song. Um,
Tupac. I
a
remember
couple
that.
of years
Yeah.
ago. So
Mm-hmm.
they're experimenting with this. And the one thing I would say about this new AI artist is something Monet, I believe is the name. But from what I understand, it's a real human songwriter who is pushing the lyrics through AI, and then AI is doing all the other musicality, is doing the singing and the voice work and the vocal production and the
Right.
music production.
Ooh.
I am against. I am all for human art. I am against. Hey man, AI is a tool. It's a technology. If we know anything about history, once we open Pandora's box, we're not closing it. That technology is not going away.
Right.
Hey, let's use that before we start writing songs. Let's use that to cure cancer. Can it run the probabilities of certain ways so we could cure cancer? Can we use AI to cure cancer?
Right.
Can
Right.
we use AI to fix some of the real problems that are affecting humans? The one thing we don't need is no more goddamn music, man. There are 100,000 songs uploaded to Spotify every single day, not
Oh.
counting the catalog from everything in his past. I
Right.
I don't need another song, man. Like I don't need a computer like human art, human expression, and new artists are being born every day. I don't need computer generated songs. Like I don't. And I feel for a songwriter. Like I think it's dope that a songwriter could get a shot. You know what I'm saying? But hey, man, go find yourself somebody in your school, in your town, or you're somebody who got that vocals. Collaborate, get out there. But we need to be pushing human art because what we're really doing is giving
Mm-hmm.
these labels, we're giving these tech companies a way to profit off of our music, to profit off of our fucking art, and not split the pie with us. It's already bad enough that artists are not getting their fair share, songwriters are not getting their fair share, producers
Mm-hmm.
are not getting their fair share. What happens when they get a computer to do what you do? So
Mm.
I'm not with the AI shit.
I totally agree. I feel like it's lazy as fuck. I feel like go out there and find you a human that can sing, that can spit, that's going to sound like the record that you wrote. Yeah, I just think it's lazy. I saw you saw what was happening with Hollywood when they did a strike when it comes like the writer strike and the acting strike, because actors. I think at one point the issue was they can use their footage or AI their image. Like they don't necessarily even have to be on a lot to act anymore. Like AI could take over, and so like it was part of the strike. That was part of the
Yeah.
strike or part of the issue, and I think we're going to see that happening with music with them signing AI artists. You already see artists like SZA speaking out against it. She's really upset about
Kehlani.
it.
Yeah,
A lot
and
of was upset
Kehlani,
about it. So,
the women on the front lines as usual. You know what I'm
yeah,
saying? Fighting for the
they got
rest
this
of us.
beautiful avatar. I mean, she looks beautiful, but like she's not a real person. But she's selling
She
records,
had
so how can you compete with that? How can you compete with the computer?
she has 6 fingers, man. Something ain't right. Something don't add up. That AI has 6 fingers. Um, yeah, but the thing about Hollywood is they unionize. We're not unionized in
Mm.
music. We're not
Yeah,
organized
right. Good
to
point.
to
Good point.
to deal with it. So something's coming down. I once saw the CEO of Suno, is one of these AI music companies. I think he walked the
Mhm.
statement back, but you know what they're trying to solve for. He was like, how many people pick up the guitar and then put it down because it's too hard to learn how to play the guitar. Well, AI can help you. You don't have to take the time that it takes to learn. A, it's supposed to be hard. He was
Right.
like, how many people quit music because it's too hard? A, it's supposed to be hard. It's supposed to be the thing that you want to work at and dedicate yourself to over and over and over and over and over and over again. I interviewed Babyface one time, and one of the most the
My
great
fave.
one of the greatest songwriters we ever had. You know what I'm
Mhm.
saying?
Mhm.
And he had said something that struck me because I'm here talking to him about all his old stuff, and he's
Right.
gracious and he gives the interview and he's proud of his old stuff. But something has struck me is he's not living in the past. Like he's focused on. He was like, I still don't believe I've written my best song yet. I'm still trying to write my best song.
Wow.
So what I'm saying is somebody with that amount of accolades, decades and decades and decades of hits, has worked with everybody, written all the songs that we were conceived to. You know what I'm
Mhm.
saying? It's still like I'm still working on my craft. I'm still trying to get better. So
Mhm.
Babyface is still working on his craft, trying to get better, trying to perfect his pen and his production palette. Then what fucking excuse do you have? Like if you quit after a year, then it wasn't meant for you. That's just it. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Like so I don't need you putting a prompt into a computer to make me a song. Like it's cool, man. I got Babyface. Like,
Period.
you know what I'm saying? I
Yeah.
got like I got real humans, I got Pharrell, you know what I'm saying? We got the
Mhm.
Clips, we got Kendrick, we got, you know what I'm saying, SZA. We got real humans making songs. I don't need that bullshit.
Yeah. Okay. So fuck AI. Say less. All right. We're gonna finish up this interview, but I got a 5 round questions. It's gonna be a little
Okay.
fun, I think. You
Okay.
ready?
Yeah.
Okay,
Let's
Ben,
go.
let's go. Favorite female rap album of all time. What is it?
Oh, wow. Broken Silence, Foxy Brown. Yeah.
I thought you was gonna say hardcore.
Yeah. I mean, it's up there. I mean, I love hardcore too, but
No,
that
I'm
that
happy you said Broken Silence. I
that
mean,
Broken
it's
Silence
just
did something to me, man. That because and even okay, Fox. And one, I don't get fucking dudes who be like, yo, I don't listen to female rap. Like, da 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 da. I can't relate to that shit. Like, I never. Yo, I'm from Brooklyn. Yo, that album is so Brooklyn. To the joints with Spraga Benz, to
Baby
Baby
Chan.
Cham, to Let me show you where I grew up at. Pop Mo threw up at Brooklyn Beef. Who want like the shit just sounded like the fucking borough. Like that album is so hard. Broken Silence, Foxy Brown, my favorite from
Oof. That
anyone.
just gave me chills. First of all, I love Foxy. I was just hanging out with her brother the other day. I was like, yo,
Okay.
I gotta do lip sync rap along like I did the Tupac Pain that I don't know why that went viral, but I guess a girl rapping Tupac's so much pain is a
Right.
big deal. shout out to the
Right.
shout out to the Above the Rim soundtrack. But yeah, I want him in the video. He was like, "Yo, let's kill it." So Love Broken Silence. I've even not reenacted, or like reimagined the album cover. I redid it, so I'm always
Ooh,
paying.
okay.
I'm gonna send it to you. I'm always paying
Yeah.
homage to my girl
That's my
Foxy.
joy too. What a day when the tables are turned. What a day when
Play
the
with the
tables
tables
are
I
turned. Oh my
turn.
God, come on, man. Let's go.
See, this is why I love this. I love to
Yeah.
hear men speak highly of female rap, and
I'm a
especially the
I'm a fan.
albums. Okay, what is the best hip hop label of all time?
Oof. Historically, you said the best, not my favorite.
You can give me two, which I
I
feel
think
like it should be
I
your
think
favorite.
I think Def Jam is probably the best of all time, even though they looking funny in the light right now. Rockefeller's my favorite.
Oh, okay, Rockefeller,
Yeah.
because Jay-Z your favorite rapper.
Yeah, but just that Rockefeller, the chain, just that era, like everything Rockefeller. I mean, it's Kanye, it's just Blaze, it's what they stood for, it's their story of how they started independent and got that joint venture with Def Jam. It's the doors that they kicked down. Like for me, it's Rockefeller. Def Jam is the best. Rockefeller's my favorite. Um,
Definitely top three. Definitely. Did they have the best chain in the game?
yes, to me, yes. Man, I wanted that Rockefeller chain, man. I wanted
Better
that
than Death
Rockefeller
Row?
chain. For me, yes. Yeah, for me, yeah.
Yeah, I think I like The Rock too.
Yeah.
Okay, favorite hip hop producer of all time. Who you got?
Oof. Favorite hip hop producer of all time would have to be. Oh
Come on,
man,
Rob. What you got?
this is a good one. Fuck. I hate giving this guy props in 2025. Damn, so many of my favorites are problematic. Like I'm sitting here. I'm like Diddy. I'm like cancel.
Oh,
I'm like Yay. Um,
yikes. I'm not gonna use it against you. We're
yeah.
just separating the
Nah, it's
art
all good. I
from
think
the
I
man.
think I, I think Yay. I think, and it's really like old Kanye. It's like Yay, like from 2000 to like 2008, and the recent stuff I'm not so much a fan of. But Yay, if I'm talking about like favorite beats, like Yay is my favorite.
But he's done enough within that time to say
Yeah,
that he's
his
the favorite, the best of all time.
historic run. I could take everything up until like Yeezus. I'm good.
Okay, okay. Speaking of best of both worlds collaboration, who do you have when it comes to R&B and hip hop edition? Best of both worlds.
I'm gonna come on so problematic. Because you said best of both worlds. I'm thinking Jay and Kels. You think talking about like a whole album?
It don't have to be a whole album. It could be a
Okay.
song or
Okay,
just
like song.
collaboration. Period. Like who came together on each genre,
Okay.
merged it. That was the best. If it's R. Kelly and Jigga, I
No,
get
no,
you. Okay, that
no, no, no,
album
no.
I might
I
listen
got
to it
you
when
now.
we're done.
Yeah, yeah. No, that was a great album. I mean, because it's Kels, it aged hardly, but at the time that was a great album. But in terms of R&B artists and R&B artists and um rapper coming together, Meth and Mary.
All right, we agree
Meth
on
and Mary.
that.
Meth and Mary. That was
We agree
special.
on that. Double XL freshman cover. You have your hand in picking some of the artists that appeared on that cover, correct?
Yes. Let me go back to that other question though. Meth and Mary is my answer. But my
Okay.
favorite R&B hip hop collaboration of all time is Allure and Nas.
Okay,
Head over heels.
Allure,
Allure
and
and
not
Nas.
the
That's,
singing
that's
group.
yeah. Which
Oh,
which
I
which,
gotta go
which,
back and listen to that.
which is which essentially essentially Mariah Carey wrote the song. So that could
Um,
have also easily been a Mariah Carey and Nas collaboration. But Allure featuring
man.
Nas, Head Over Heels is my favorite R&B song featuring a rap artist of all time. I love that song. Produced by the
Oh, okay.
Trackmasters.
Trackmasters did that. Okay, I used to love the Trackmasters. They had a good run with Kels too.
Yeah, see how I keep coming back. They're
It's
gonna think I'm
okay.
trash.
Listen,
Or,
we
or, or,
separated the.
or your women watching this, you're like, man, this motherfucker talking about Diddy. He talking about L. They gonna be like, yo, he's trash. We thought he was one of the good guys. This guy's trash.
You're one of the good guys. For this interview, we're just separating the art
Right.
from the
There
man.
you
That's
go.
all. Just the art. Just the art.
There you go.
Um,
Double XL freshman.
favorite double XL freshman cover.
Oh, wow. Oof. It's a toss up between the two also.
This is a good one. I want to know.
Yeah. My favorite. The 2011. I think it was the 2011 one.
It's a good year.
That I did, or you know what? This is my favorite anyway. It doesn't even matter. I was involved in this one, but this one had Kendrick, rest in peace, Mac Miller,
Okay.
had Big Crit, had Meek Mill, um, Sci-Hi the
Ooh,
Prince.
really? Okay.
Yeah, Yellow Wolf was on it.
Hmm.
I fucked with that cover. That was my favorite.
2011.
Yeah,
And you
Fred the
wasn't a part of that
Godson.
one.
I was a part of that one. That was the last
You
one I did.
was.
Fred the
Okay.
Godson. Yeah, that was probably my favorite.
Okay, so that's your favorite.
Rest in
Anyone
peace, Fred. Rest in peace, Mac Miller.
anyone on there um wait, Fred the Godson?
Yeah, Fred was
Oh
on there.
yeah, rest in peace. I love Fred the Godson. Um was there a person on there that you had to fight for to make it to that cover?
Not on that cover, not on that one.
Who was
But,
it?
but I remember in the one before that, I remember going really hard for Wiz Khalifa.
What?
I remember going really hard for Wiz Khalifa. Cushion OJ wasn't out yet. I think Flight School was the last mixtape he had put out
Uh-huh.
before Cushion OJ. Maybe Burn After Rolling. I forget the time, but
Hmm.
it was an argument. It was a fight to put. I had to really kind of like campaign to get to like for Wiz to go on that cover. So and he deserved it. So I'm glad I fought for that. Um,
And I'm sure you look like the man after it with all the
yeah,
success he's had after.
yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, he looks like the man. I look, a little bit.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah, a lot. Uh favorite Rob Marksman's interview ever
oof, that's
of all
tough.
time so far because we got
I,
more to go,
yeah, we
sir.
got more to go, and it's a lot, man. Like I'm gonna pick one, but you know that Kim one was up there that we talked about. That
Yeah.
the Mariah Carey interview that I did for Genius, I think in 2019 is up there.
Okay.
The Nicki Minaj interview that I did for Queen is up there. But my favorite interview of all time is when I interviewed Kendrick in 2015 for To Pimp a Butterfly. It just felt like I knew that one was special. Like when we was in the room, we was like, yo, something special is happening.
Mm.
Yeah.
Yeah, my producer that's in the room really highlighted that, and I know that you just did like a recap of it, or like you revisited and you kind of talked
I might
about
have.
it.
I forget. Yeah. I try not
Okay.
to live in the past too, but it's good content. Yeah. But people ask me about that all the time, so I'm always going back
Yeah.
and revisiting it. But yeah, it just because that was the interview. Like it was really just a conversation, and they just happened to be cameras there. Because I remember when I didn't know it was gonna go crazy like it did, but I
Yeah.
knew I liked it. The other thing is Kendrick did like maybe three other interviews that day at least. Like he did
Mm.
Breakfast Club that day. He did. You could tell because he's wearing the same outfit. If you kind of go around the internet, because he's on a press run.
Right.
Um, and that was the one that stood out. But because it was just a natural conversation. There was no pressure to it. It was somebody who I highly respected. I highly researched and prepared for it, and um, credit to him because I believe I'm somebody who he respected, and he showed up for the interview and he allowed himself to be vulnerable. I mean, if you watch that interview, I mean, we're talking his album, but he's talking about some deep and some heavy stuff, and he allowed himself. There's times when maybe he got upset, or you could kind of maybe see the frustration in having to answer some of the tough questions that I asked him.
Hmm.
But not a frustration or being upset with me, but just like at whatever the topic at hand was. Like he just really gave himself to the interview. Like he allowed himself to be vulnerable. He wasn't guarded. I think he was open and honest, whether the answer was good or bad. And that's all you could ask from somebody. So I really appreciated that. That was a special one.
Yeah, he was present, and the reason why it was special is because it's also you made it special for him to be in that state. So you got to give yourself way more kudos, because doing this is really really tough, and
Yeah.
having someone feel comfortable enough to be open, like not guarded at all, to just open up about some of the things that you're asking and not be offended. But your style of interviewing is important, and I just
Yeah.
feel like people are just worried about the questions per se, but not so worried about like making that person that you're interviewing feel comfortable enough to want to even be in a room with you. Like the
Yeah.
likability there is there with you.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
you have to
And
give
look,
yourself a lot of credit.
thank you. And I've been in interviews where it's like, and that this wasn't one per se, but where you ask tough questions where artists like, that, hey, I don't want to talk about that. Hey man, I gotta ask. You know what I'm saying? And I'm just doing my job because as much as I'm doing the interview for me, I'm a proxy for the audience,
For
for the
all of
fans. It's
you, for
also
the
what does the
fans.
audience, what does the fans want to know? I'm in a position to be able to ask everything that we all want to know as fans. So I don't take that lightly, and sometimes those questions are tough. I'd imagine if I would interview Kendrick today, and if that happened, I mean, he might not want to talk about the battle
Right.
because he might be on. And I don't know. This is just me speculating. Hey, everything I said on the record. You know what I'm
Hmm.
saying? I don't want to have to explain myself. Like,
And that happens, right?
but
Because
but
I've seen interviews. Hmm.
yeah.
Go ahead.
But those are questions I have to ask.
Exactly.
Because the audience wants to know. So,
Yeah.
damn, we're gonna have to talk about this.
You'd be remiss
Drake,
if you didn't bring it up.
right? Drake. I don't foresee me and Drake doing an interview,
I
but
see it.
but but what I'm saying is maybe you never know. I don't never close the door on anything, but there's some questions that I'm gonna have to ask because I'm a proxy for the audience, for the culture, things that people want to know. We're gonna be
Hmm.
respectful, but can we be honest? And that's the market. Like there's things that I'm gonna ask that Bobby Altoff is not gonna ask. Like, you know what I'm saying?
What we're
Like,
not gonna do is compare you to Shorty.
no, but just what I'm saying is it's a different type of thing. You would have
Very.
that same you would have the same responsibility. You know what I'm
Hmm.
saying? And the same weight on you. A B dot would have the same weight on him. A Elliot
Hmm.
Wilson would have the same weight on him. A Sway would have the same weight on him.
Hmm.
Angela Yee, Angie Martinez would have the
Hmm.
same weight. One thing I didn't say in this interview is fucking Angie Martinez. Amazing.
Yeah.
I grew up watching and listening to Angie's interviews on the radio, and that informed so
Hmm.
much of how I do things. So Sway and Angie, if I didn't say
Those your
it,
goats.
yep. But yeah, so there's some uncomfortability, and it's like, do you have the trust in who you're sitting with to be able to answer those questions? Because it's tough, because those are hard questions.
Mm. Okay, it's funny because my next question was gonna be who's your OG, but
Yeah, Sway, Sway,
that's
Sway.
your OG Sway.
Yeah, Sway's my OG. Sway taught me everything. I've had Daytwan Thomas, Ramon Dukes. There's been a lot I've learned from Vanessa Satin at Double XL.
Hmm.
But Sway, I think, was the one who was like, who set me up to really have a career bigger than what I thought. He saw something in me that I didn't see in myself, and he taught me and through lessons, and he let me kind of ride shotgun. Batman and Robin. He let me be Robin and just be there, and kind of take on, you know, just watch as he did shit and learn lessons. And then when it was time for me to fly, and okay, I'm not the sidekick no more. I'm not the number. Check your own videos. You always be number two. I'm not the
Ooh,
number two anymore. You know what I'm saying?
that was bigger
Like
quote. Okay.
when it was time for me to be number one, when it was time for me to have my own label, to have my own identity, to have my own thing, Sway set me up and then just let me go. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
So Sway is somebody who I always respect. He took a lot of time and care to put my career. Daytwan Thomas did a lot too. Ramon Dukes did a lot too. And then Angie Martinez is somebody who I watched from afar and was inspired by. But me and Angie are cool, but I didn't have that working relationship with Angie. But she's somebody who I always respect and who I took cues from just watching. And I love what she's doing right now with that IRL series.
Yeah, me too. We got to give it up for the OGs. You know, that question came straight from Dame Dash and his interview with the Breakfast Club.
Jesus, Jesus,
Shout out to
man.
Charlamagne and Wendy Williams. Um, and that's pretty much a wrap for this interview. But so I have to end it with I do want to end it with two things because of the situation with Tory Lanez and you not being able to finish the bar. I want you to do what you usually have guests do when it comes to music and hip hop. Is it like a favorite verse, hip hop verse that you
Oh,
have, and maybe I could finish, maybe,
oh,
and
that's funny.
and to make it even tougher because of the platform,
Right, right.
you got to give me a female verse in hip hop that's your
Oh,
favorite.
woman. Damn, I'm trying to think. Now, see, damn, you threw me a guard with that one. Female verse,
Uh huh.
a female rapper.
Hip hop verse.
Yeah, hip hop verse. Let's try Players Anthem. Let's try Lil Kim. I used to pack Max in the Cadillacs. Now I pimp Gats in the axe. Watch my money stack. Nines in the stores, Glocks in the bags. Max and Mini Marks getting money with the Arabs. No question, confession. Yes, it's the lyrical. Bitches squeeze your tits, grab your genitals, proteins and minerals. Exclude the minerals. Big Mama shoot the game for all the willies and criminals.
What?
How they go? I kicked the willie with my peep so high, 325 with the windows rolling down halfway.
DKNY. Oh
DKNY,
my.
oh my, I'm Jiggy. It's all about the smalls and my motherfucking Biggie. Bustin' time, cause I'm bustin' time. Saying one more time. Grab your this if you love hip hop. Players rubber dub in the back of the tub. Straight up.
Straight up.
Oh man. I wish I would have known. I wish I would have known.
That was
I'd have
good.
practiced a little bit. Damn. Oh, hot damn hole, here we go again. Hot as a knot, bitch. Hard as a cot, bitch. That's back to butt in the mic, my spark a lot. This gonna go. Drake gonna kill me again.
With Ron South like a wrestler, another notch under my
Under my
belt.
belt.
The embezzler, chrome treasurer,
The
the
UNO
UNO.
competitor, I'm 10 steps ahead of the. I'm the
I'm a
leader.
leader.
Y'all are following shit. Coming in this game on some modeling shit. Bitches suck dick just to get to the top. I put 100% in any rhyme I rock. It's the Q to the. No, it's the M to the O to the BB, DV. I fucked it up.
That was her name. It's the Q to the. You got it. You got it. You got it.
Yeah. Like I live. Yo, Prodigy, tell them what it is, done. Yeah, what's the other one? She probably got the easiest verses. Wanna rumble with the B, huh?
Uh, go
On the
ahead.
whole
So the whole
industry.
family.
Yeah. Oh man, I'm done. I'm done, man.
See
Fuck
how
it.
fun that was? You
Drake,
redeemed yourself though. Look.
Drake. If I knew that was coming, I ain't redeem myself, man. Drake gonna have more jokes, man. He gonna be under your comments. That's how this shit gonna go viral.
It's gonna go
Cardi
viral
B.
in a good way because again, you are revered, you are loved, especially when it comes to this culture. And again, when it comes to women in hip hop, I encourage brothers like yourself. You already do it, but I encourage other brothers out there to show more love and focus and shine light on female hip hop and the woman that's doing it even behind the scenes that may not be on the mic. So this was really fun doing this with you. I'm glad that you gave me not only one verse, but you gave me about three.
Shit, I
So
had to get something right, man. I want to come back. I want a do over. I just need a week. I spit the whole hardcore album. You know what I'm saying?
first of all, the fact that you even want to come back is an honor. I would love to have you back, so please don't be a stranger. We need to do this again. This was fun. And thank you so much for being here. Now, before you go, you don't have to rap anymore, not necessarily,
Right.
but if you had a hip hop bar to describe where you are in life right now or the state that you're feeling right now, what is that hip hop bar that matches where you are in life right now?
Scarface. From Smile when he said, I wish that I could save everyone, but I'm a dreamer. Like it wasn't even the illest bar, but like it'd be like it'd be random Scarface lines that just give me life lessons. So I just think I'm in this place where I want the best for myself, obviously, but I want the best for community, for my peoples, for my brother, for my sisters, for my community, for the artists that I'm with, for my team. So I wish that I could save everyone, but I'm a dreamer. It's that realization that everybody can't go. You know what I'm saying? That everybody's not meant to go. So that's probably where I'm at in life now with the struggling. But like I'm in a happy place for things that I've done for myself. Like if it all ended today, like I could be like shit, dog. Like I made a difference. Like the kid that used to grow up dreaming of being this shit actually was in it and made a difference. And now it's like, man, well, how can you help? Man? How can you build for people around you? So that's where I'm kind of at with
Well said, Smile, featuring
it.
Tupac, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah,
I
yeah, yeah.
love that record. All right, Rob, I'm gonna let you go because I know you're a busy man of doing many things. But again, I just wanted to thank you for being here. We appreciate what it is you do. Continue to do what it is you do. Stay authentic. Stay the talented brother that you are, and continue to hold down the fort when it comes to having integrity and substance in hip hop journalism. And we love you over here at Women of Hip Hop. And don't be a stranger. Come back, okay?
All right, much love. All right, thank you, Jazzy. Peace.